goodness sake. Brother.
I'm feeling rowdy.
I'm telling you, man. It's been, I don't know. I felt kind of weird the last couple of days. Kind of more like sleepy than usual and kind of cranky. I think it's just this late, not late winter, well, going into the later winter kind of thing.
Yeah, February is kind of a drag, really.
It is. It sucks. That's the one thing. It sucks that our birthdays are in this month because it's always such a fucking. I mean, in most
sloppy
places,
fucking shit mess.
Yeah, it's like winter is dragged on for long enough. Everybody's over it, waiting for the spring weather to come and champing at the bit to fucking get at it. And yeah. So we both have had another trip around the sun in this month, and it's all good. But I don't know. And being in the trades, it's kind of like money's tends to be a little bit tight right in February, more so than sometimes even than December. I mean, it depends on the year and it depends on different stuff, but generally, it's like that February time is where all the bills from Christmas and December and shit came due, and you're just like, all right, what the fuck? The heating bill's going up and all that shit. You're like, yeah, woohoo! Let's do this.
Spend a little more time at home, eating the food and just using up your resources.
And fucking vibing everybody out and making it nice and tense, and they're not used to you being around quite as much and whatnot. And you're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I saw this meme. It said day 3 of the snowstorm, and it has a picture of Jack Nicholson from The Shining, like looking all crazy and shit.
When you hear me in here typing, that means I'm working. I mean, stay the fuck out.
Yeah.
It gets like that, man. That winter thing. Everybody starts getting on each other's neck and shit. Goddamn windows can't even really be open and stuff. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like a vitamin D deficiency. Fresh air.
Oh yeah.
Starts to make you kooky.
Well, hey.
Well, that's why I stayed in Hawaii for so long, but then that became too much in itself. So it's come back to the bullshit.
The oppression of paradise. It's got its own. Yep. It's got its own separate oppression to it.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Sure does.
Well, hey, dear listener, we know you're out there, probably driving from job number 2 to number 3 or 3 to 4, depending on what day it is and shit. How much ramen you need to get for the kids for next week, but.
Yep, you're driving from your Taco Bell job to your Burger King job, and then on to fucking your Bojangles job after that, and then the Wendy's to fucking finish up the day.
And each one gets pissed off at you for for bringing in the stink of the previous place and shit. Like, I can't help it. Like, this is motherfucking Burger King, not Taco Bell. This ain't Bojangles.
It all smells like a dirty dish rag and shit.
Yeah, like a bunch of Cisco food just left out for too long. Like, this shit tastes the same in every restaurant. What the fuck? It's the squash. It's the squash and the fucking, what? Fucking cucumber roasted in garlic and onion. Gee, creative.
The smell of a fucking garbage can that fucking hasn't been washed out in fucking 6 months.
Grease traps and shit.
Oh my god, those are the worst.
Shitty floors and cheese machines that haven't been fucking properly cleaned in weeks.
Yeah, I was working in this place and they came to clean out the grease trap. Man, what a fucking odor that was. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like
you're a fucking asshole.
Nothing like rancid fat.
Ugh. Just a giant fart shit sandwich.
Oh, shart sandwich. Can I get that on grilled sourdough, please?
Hey, Ella. I got some pizzas in the oven. Can you check them? I gotta go. Don't forget, 5 minutes. All right.
Listen.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna have an aneurysm real quick. Yeah. The day came. The day that no one thought would come. When the weak had finally manipulated the strong into putting their heads in the plow yoke. Everyone saw the injustice, and no one acted because they were all too fucking scared of what everyone else would fucking think. And by the time they realized their fear had paralyzed them into extinction,
They were dead.
Far too late. And it was a just ending to a race of Delta creatures that could not handle the mantle that was laid upon their heads. That's it. Anyway. So, dear listener, as you're driving from job 3 to job 4, we just wanted to kind of pop in and say hey and say stay strong and keep doing what you're doing, I guess, or make radically different decisions that could permanently improve your life. But beyond that, today we just want to kind of talk about what it is to begin playing guitar. I thought maybe we'd kind of have a little chit chat about that. Obviously.
And what is the most important thing? Do you think? Because I definitely think it's the most important thing when it comes to playing music. And what would that be? Besides from having fun and doing what you love and trying to play that favorite song you want or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What is the fundamental, most important thing?
Well, I would say before you ever pick up the instrument, you mean?
Or when you pick it up.
Okay.
And, we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah, because a lot of things come to mind for sure. But I would say if it's about the actual playing of the instrument, I would say that a sense of time is important.
Yeah, definitely.
The ability to listen well, because music is a language, and when you play with a group of people, either for the first time or if you play with them 100 times, it's a conversation that you're having with them all the time. Christ. The ability to tune the instrument and keep the instrument in tune to itself is...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's hugely
when you
important.
Play something out of tune, it just sounds terrible.
Well, and then then it sounds like shit to you, and you start, and if you're new, you may start to personalize that as it's you, when in reality your instrument is not up to par for where it should be. Now, there's a few different things that affect that, like intonation, which is if we're going to keep it for beginners, I don't want to get too complex on this, but in the neck of the guitar, underneath the fretboard, there is a truss rod. Not all guitars have them, but like 95% of guitars have a truss rod, which is a metal rod that goes through the neck, and it can be adjusted to change the actual curvature of the neck. A good guitar neck will have a very slight concave to it, almost imperceptible, but it's there, and it can be adjusted. That's huge. Your action, which is the distance between the strings and the fretboard itself. If the action is really high, in other words, if that distance is too great between the strings and the wood, you have to use your hand so much to get the strings just down to the fretboard that it can be very painful and annoying and again
it can cause you tendonitis and strain.
And you might think it's you when in reality it's your guitar is just jacked. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been in somebody's house and there's a guitar like in the corner. It's been sitting in the corner for fucking 10 years. And then you pick it up to try and play it, and it's got like an inch and a half between the strings and the fretboard, and it's just nuts. But the ability to keep the instrument in tune is huge, because if it sounds off to your ear, you're not going to want to probably keep playing as much. Whereas,
especially with other people, because they might be in tune or a different tune, and you got to tune with them.
Yes.
And it's just very important to a good vibrations, man.
Oh, snap. Good vibrations. Do. Good vibrations. Yes, and now, when people talk about tuning, there are several ways to go about it. Like, it's very popular now to use like a digital tuner that you just kind of clip onto the headstock, or you have it, a little unit, and you'll bring it out. Or maybe even on the phone. I'm sure there's phone apps that can generate a 440 hertz A concert pitch. But the way we learned was to check your tuning by two different methods. The first would be to what I just call tuning it relative to itself, which means my way of tuning was always to tune the A string. And then there's a couple different ways to go about it, which, since we're in an audio medium right here, I can only explain to you so much, and you'd have to go check it out or find somebody who knows.
You could grab your guitar and kind of do it, right?
True. Let's do that.
I grab mine, but I'm hitting the road here, so
it's okay. I've only got fucking 10 of them in the room with me. I don't know where I'd get one, son of a bitch. All right.
So if you're blind, this should be very
informative,
easy for you to understand.
Yeah. Blind melon chitlin. Okay, so I've got my son's Yamaha here. It's like a little mini, like a 3/4. Okay, so what I mean is, I would tune the A string. Here's my A. Okay, now I don't have I use a pitch pipe. I don't use a digital tuner. I believe I own one. I've never used it. I've had it for over 5 years, I think. But what I do is I use a pitch pipe, which, here, I'll just grab that real quick, too. Why don't I do that? Hello. What am I, an asshole?
Yeah, come on.
I've only got all this shit. Hello. Okay. If I'm going to tune my guitar, step one, I use a pitch pipe. This one's a little plastic one.